my year in year 9 when we were like 13, a lot more people did it then, and you'd be more shocked if someone didn't vape than if they did vape. Like you'd offer someone your bar or something like that, and if they said no, I don't vape, you'd be shocked, because at least I'd say about 70% of the people I hung out with vaped. I know there are many other ways that you could get vapes other than just shops. For example, some of my friends or people my age would buy a big order online of vapes and then sell them to other people because they bought it in like a bulk of 50 vapes, and then they'd resell these vapes to other people. So shutting down the individual shops wouldn't impact that. Online, if they buy the vapes in bulk, they can buy, for example, like a 600 puff bar they could buy it online in bulk, so that one is equal to about £1. Then they could resell it for £5 or £6. I'd say the vapes are catered a lot towards kids from the flavours and their appearance. A lot of vapes have different pictures on or designs on. For example, one has a Rick and Morty design, which is a show that many younger people watch. And also I have a vape which has a Christmas design on, showing Santa and its sleigh, which is quite evidently catered towards kids. I'd say because of how childish the names are, it doesn't seem like it would be that dangerous to you. For example, I had a vape and it was called Tiger Blood, and to me that doesn't sound very dangerous. Or my friend had a cotton candy vape, and when it smells and is flavoured fruity and like sweets are, it's clearly targeted towards kids, and it doesn't appeal as that dangerous to you as a cigarette would. Also, because if you look at a cigarette, you know that that is going to harm you. Like, you'd see it's brown and it doesn't look that appealing, but because vapes are so colourful, they have all different designs, different flavours, it doesn't seem as damaging, it just more seems a fun thing to do. I definitely originally started vaping only because I thought it tasted nice and it was just something fun to do. And it was quite fun when you were with your friends and you could do different tricks with your vape, and then you could teach each other how to do it. We found it quite enjoyable. I can do a ghost, which is where it comes out of your mouth and goes back in. I can somewhat do O's, which is, yeah, when they're in circles, and I can do a French inhale where it goes from your mouth into your nose. Someone that was my age in school, they had asthma and they started vaping, and within about, I'd say, a year of them vaping a lot, they were very addicted to vaping. Their lung collapsed and they were in hospital for 2 months, and their lung capacity is still really low and it's still very dangerous, but they're so addicted to vaping that they still vape continuously. They were on a ventilator in hospital, and they're my age. This is when they were 16 or 15, and they were on a ventilator in hospital and their lung had collapsed, and then they got told that they should stop vaping, but they still vape heavily. Within my year, a lot of people just kind of make jokes about it. Obviously they knew that it was serious, but a lot of people would be like, oh, your lungs collapsed, and they would make jokes about it. So it didn't really cross their mind. And I also think that his parents have accepted the fact that he vapes, and I think they buy them for. Oh my god, yeah, there was this friend of mine and they got an ulcer in their stomach, and then it happened to burst because they were vaping, and the doctors told them it was because of the fact that they were vaping, and it burst in their stomach and they had to go to hospital and they almost died. But that wasn't enough for them to stop vaping because they were so addicted to it, they still to this day vape. I do know about the dangers of vaping, but when I'm doing it, I just don't really think about it. And I care to some extent. Like, I think to myself, I need to stop this because it is going to harm me, but then when I'm at a social event or when I'm with people and I have a vape, it just doesn't really cross my mind until afterwards. If I'm sat there on my own, really bored, and I have a vape, then I think to myself, no, this is going to damage my lungs, and it does scare me quite a bit for what might happen to me in the future.
But does it not scare you enough to stop doing it completely?
No.